Good evening. At 6 o'clock, and public testimony on Indiana's redistricting bill just wrapped up at the State House.
Today, Hoosiers are getting to tell lawmakers on the Senate Elections Committee what they think about that proposed map and also redistricting at all mid-decade. The committee process isn't over tonight. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. Dustin's in for Scott. We also have Emily, who joins us now live with the very latest from the State House. Emily.
Justin and Ann, yeah, 127 people signed up to testify in front of the elections at the outset that this was going to be a long day. 4.5 hours later, as you just said, that testimony just wrapped up. What's happening now is Senate Democrats are offering some amendments to the Elections Committee, and they'll go through each of those amendments and take a vote on them. So that's what's going on right now. We also saw a lot of people who didn't testify voice their opposition outside this chamber today, the majority voicing their opposition. And take a look, it's pretty empty now at this point. Everyone has kind of gone home. The arguments for and against redistricting varied. Some for it argued democratically held states have drawn maps to benefit their party.
Now it's time for Republicans to take a page from our friend's playbook, and even though we're only now catching up, do the same.
That's what I have to say.
Some against redistricting argued that mid-decade redistricting is an attack on democracy.
House Bill 1032, by its own author's admission, was drafted purely for political performance. That admission alone should give us all pause. Maps designed to serve party over people may win elections, but they erode our democracy.
And Democrats have 4 amendments that they plan to offer tonight, which they're doing right now. One of those amendments deals with how much this whole transition, if this proposed map would go through, how much that transition would cost counties. Now, Marion County Clerk of Courts Kate Sweeney Bell, she testified last week in front of the House. She was back here again today testifying in front of the Senate, and she said today to the Elections Committee here that this transition would cost Marion County alone over $1 million to make that happen. Now, we know that part of this bill does address that, arguing or calling for, requiring that the elections division would help county election offices with this transition. But we are hearing more of these amendments right now. We expect to hear more of them. Chairman Mike Gaskell saying that he wanted to get at least an hour of committee work in tonight. So that's what you hear going on right now.
And quickly,
Dustin?
Emily, do we know, are they going to table the actual vote, or are they going to keep this thing going until they have a vote tonight in the committee?
Yeah, Chairman Gaskell said he wanted to get at least an hour of committee work in, but, just judging from what Senator Bray said today about the timeline for this week, he indicated, that likely there's going to be a vote by the full day. So at this point, there was bipartisan agreement here today on Chairman Gaskell asking, should we just keep powering through the testimony? And everyone said, yes, power through. So this committee seems like that they are in a headspace to kind of power through and get this done tonight. But we'll see. Dustin, Ann?
All right, Emily, thanks so much. We did have a little bit of a technical glitch there. She said that Senator Rod Bray seemed to indicate today that they hope the Senate can vote on this sometime by Thursday.
And each week, Emily and I do a deep dive into this redistricting fight playing out at the State House. We've got the latest episode of Crossroads Politics. It just dropped yesterday over on WTHR+. It's free to stream on Amazon Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV.
And now breaking tonight at 6 o'clock in Morgan County. That's where a suspect and a police K-9 are injured after there was a burglary investigation that ended in a police shooting.
This happened earlier this afternoon at a home in a rural wooded area of Martinsville near Patton Lake. Jenna Webster has been there all afternoon working and learning from police what exactly happened here.
That's right. The sheriff has been there and was very distraught by the fact that this K-9 was injured. This K-9 is now getting care talking about this occurring in a very rural area at the end of a dead-end street, that the homeowner shortly after 1 o'clock today had indicated that some disturbance at their house on surveillance video. That's what got sheriff's deputies to that house, and then that's when there was some sort of altercation that ended with a canine and a suspect, both injured. As we learn more from that, we'll bring it to you. In the meantime, the weather today, what a story. Blue skies and sunshine.
That's right, and a little bit warmer too out there, Angela.
Yes, we made it into the low 30s today, and we're going to be 10 warmer than that tomorrow. And what a view from downtown.
It's been nice.
Monday
Really
evening.
beautiful. I love kind of that little haze there, that light blue and maroon and pink. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
We had just enough cloud cover to make for a really nice sunset. Now, it's chilly out there right now, but we do have some low 40s on the way for about 36 hours or so. Temperatures right now in the teens and 20s. We're as low as 16 in Kokomo, already down to 21 Peru, Monticello, hanging on to 29 degrees in Bloomington. Kings and Pacers tonight in downtown. Temperatures, at least in the Indianapolis area, will be between 25 and 30 most of the early evening, and then we're expecting teens and 20s for lows. But from there, we do warm up. In fact, that warm up will start just before sunrise. We're at 30 at 7 a.m., 38 at noon, and highs tomorrow in the low 40s, 10 warmer than what we had today. Tomorrow during the day, it will be dry. However, next weather system set to arrive tomorrow night into early Wednesday. It will start as rain because early Wednesday temperatures will also be in the low 40s. But watch what happens between 7 a.m. and noon on Wednesday. Rain changes over to snow as colder air returns. The cold air is back and it does stick around. A look ahead at the week ahead in a few minutes.